I am happy to be here with Cole Huckins of the Acadie Batters Tita. Cole, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
How is the summer going so far?
It's been good. Long summer, no school for a little bit, so it's been really fun.
How does the training going? Is it harder than ever because of the confinement and everything, or is it easier because you have like more time than usual?
Uh, a little bit of both. At the start, I kind of set up like a little gym downstairs and did my workouts at my house. But now the gyms are open, the rinks are open, so it's kind of getting back to normal in a little routine.
How do you miss hockey a lot?
Yeah, it felt really good to get back on the ice after a couple of months.
Let's come back on your first season. It was your rookie season in the QMJHL. You were a first round pick in the last actually the the draft before the last year. How do you evaluate your first year in the Q?
I think it went really good. I felt like I grew a lot on the ice and off the ice. So that part really was nice. And just to be able to play against older, bigger guys, I thought it was really good for my development.
How did you enjoy Acadie Batters? Did you like the city? Did you know the city before you were going there? Is this a city that you discovered?
No, I went to Bathurst a couple times. I have some family friends up there, and before the draft, I went around and kind of took a look around the arena, got to see what was what. So I knew a little bit about Bathurst, but as the year went on, you find new spots to go, more fun places to be.
So offensively, you had a pretty good first season. I mean, you have 38 points in 64 game, which is pretty good for a rookie. Is that offensively a target that you had around that much point, or you didn't have like any expectation before the season?
Yeah, I kind of just went in hoping for the best. I didn't really put a lot of pressure on myself. I wanted to try and once the year got closer to an end, my goal was to get 40 points, so I was two away. But going into the year, I just kind of wanted to try and learn and keep going with that.
How was the beginning of the season for you? Like, did you find that it was a real big step compared to what you played before?
Yeah, it was a huge step. Just everyone's bigger, stronger. You have less time, less space. So it was definitely a big adjustment for the first probably month, I'd say. But then you learn to adjust and play within against the other teams.
Was it hard to adapt to to a new team, to new teammates, or was it pretty much easy?
The teammates were great. Like they were really open at first. They were very nice to me and made me feel welcome. So that part was great. And yeah, I guess it was just all great. The teammates, the adjustment. I thought it went really well.
And I want to talk about a bit the beginning of the season because you played for a team that, let's be honest, it was hard at the beginning of the season. I think it was 17 streak lost. How is it to play? I mean, for a team who has such a hard time to win at the beginning of the season.
It was definitely really frustrating and upset because there was a lot of games where we lost in OT or by one goal. So that part was really hard mentally, but you still have to go to the rink and perform. So it was just kind of it was difficult, but it was something you had to do, a good learning experience.
And was the like ambience of the team? How did the team get through it? Was it hard for the team to keep motivated, or because of the streak, everyone says now we have to win, and everyone push on the same side?
Yeah, everyone kind of just came together in the end. We had some good team talks, and a lot of guys kind of said what they thought we needed to do, and we just kind of went from there. But everyone kind of pulled together to get the first win and said, enough's enough.
At some point, was there any thought that man we're not gonna win at all? a game in this league this year.
Yeah, there was a couple games you walk off the ice and you think, geez, we probably could have won that one, but then you remember you got 60 more games to go. So it was just kind of that mentality in the locker room.
And you finally had this first victory against Gatineau, if I'm not wrong. How did it feel to finally win that game? And it was by a big margin, also, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was amazing. It was a great feeling. Like everyone was pumped, and then there was a little bit more life in our step. It was more fun coming to the rink after a win.
Yeah, of course. And can you get through this game a little bit? How did it feel to be like in front and telling yourself, "Oh, we might finish this bad streak. It might end right now." So get us through the game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we started off pretty good, I thought, and after the first one, everyone's thinking, okay, like let's keep going, and then we just kind of took it one period at a time, and it worked. But it was special.
But get us through the emotion of the game. Did you at some point say, okay, we have to keep focused because like we've lost some hard loss at the beginning of the season? So get us through the emotion of the game till the end of the game.
Yeah, once we were up by a couple, I was thinking, let's hang on, let's keep going. And then as the game kept going, you're thinking, geez, it might be it. We might win this one. And that's kind of where my head was at during the game, like just maybe. And then there was at a point where you're like, yeah, we're actually going to win this one.
And this at the end of the game, did you feel it's kind of a weird question, but did it feel like almost if you win a cup? I mean, there must have been a lot of pressure that fall off all of your shoulders.
Yeah, it was really relieving to get the first one and think like, hey, we just won our first one. We can win some more games. So it was definitely a huge motivation.
What was Mario Durocher's word during those hard times? How did it keep you motivated and keep you focused?
Just kind of, one game at a time. It's going to come. There was a lot of games where I think we all felt like, hey, we're right there. Just one bounce, one extra goal, and we have that win. So I think that's kind of where everyone was at. Just stay focused, and we'll get that one.
So the rest of the season went way better. And does it make you optimistic for next season?
Next year, I'm really excited. I think we had probably one of the younger teams in the league. So I think at first a lot of guys were kind of getting adjusted, getting the feel for the league, and now that everyone's a year older, a year stronger, I think we'll be a really good team.
Let's talk a bit about some of your teammates. You got drafted last year with another rookie. You did pretty well. Riley Kidney, you actually both received Rookie of the Year in your team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
How is it to evolve with Riley?
It's special. I mean, we go to school together, and then we're at the rink together, and then after the rink, we'll hang out. So he's a great guy, and it's really exciting just playing along with a really special player. And I'm excited for when we're 19, 18.
Even though if you are friends and everything, I mean, was there any kind of rivalry between you two? Because I mean, you both are good rookies, and I guess want to impress everyone. So, was there any kind of rivalry between you two?
Yeah, no, like in practice, obviously we'd push each other, and he'd want to beat me, and I'd want to beat him in a one-on-one battle. But in game, if he scored a goal, I'd be just as happy, and if I scored a goal, he'd be happy for me. So it was really good like that.
Oh, that's cool. There's one thing I want to know. How did Berube feel all year long? Does that mean I think for most of the season it was one of your best player, even though
Yeah.
it you guys struggle at the beginning of the year. So talk to me about how hard it is for a goalie that plays kind of well and just don't get the results on the ice because of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty frustrating for him, but he was a great guy, a good leader in the room. So he didn't really show his frustration or anger, but he was definitely a big part of our team and a reason why a lot of losses that we had early on were one goal empty net games. Like he really kept us in it.
At some point, did the players kind of feel bad for him? I mean, because he was kind of doing well.
Yeah, obviously when a goalie plays that well, right? You want him to get him a win. You want him to see him succeed. So obviously we wanted to win for Berube. He really kept us in it, like I said. So obviously you want to win when a goalie plays that well.
Let's come back to you a little bit. What are your expectations for next year? It's going to be a big year for you, if I'm not mistaken. If it's your draft year, right?
Yeah.
So how do you approach a draft year in the NHL?
I don't know. I'm trying to not really think about it. Just stay focused, do what Mario tells me to do, what the team needs me to do, and take it like that. I'm not really trying to think about the NHL draft or anything. It's in the back of my head, but I'm just trying to help the team win and do what Mario wants me to do. That's kind of where my head's at.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. If you had to choose a team, like, I mean, if you had like did you had like a childhood team that you love? I mean, I give you the possibility to choose your NHL team. Which one would you choose right off the bat?
I'd have to say Pittsburgh. My cousin played in Pittsburgh, and my uncle both played in Pittsburgh. So I'd say if I got drafted by Pittsburgh, it'd be pretty special for me and my family.
And what number would you wear if you had the choice?
I'd probably wear number 12. I was playing for the Penguins. They both wore 12, so I'd try and keep it in the family.
Do you know who's the last person who had the 12?
I'm not sure. Hopefully, you'll let me get it if it happens.
So you know what we're gonna do if you happen to be drafted by Pittsburgh? Well, we'll take out that clip and say that you actually almost predicted it. And
yeah,
I wish it to you. They're gonna have a good team for the next couple of years still, and yeah, cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
And what player do you model your work your game after? I mean, but is there a player maybe in NHL or maybe in the Q that you like to watch and say I wanna be just like that player?
I really like Sean Couturier, Patrice Bergeron, Mark Scheifele. I think they play a really good 200-foot game. You see them on the power play, penalty kill. They kind of do it all. I really like the idea of any situation you're able to go out and do the job. So I really like those guys.
So two-way center with a good offensive touch too. Those are good models. Bergeron will be an Hall of Famer, so it's a good player to has as a role model. I want to come back a little bit to Mario Durocher. How is he as a coach? Because he has so much experience, and he actually won in this league. So how is he? Well, as a person, but also as a coach.
As a coach at start, he was really hard on me to understand the system. Understand where to be in the defensive zone when the puck's in this area. So for me, he really helped me understand the game and learn. I don't have to do it all. I can stay here and it's just as effective. So for me, Mario was a great coach. And in the locker room when I was feeling down or the first 17 games and want to watch video and see what was wrong, he'd always have his door open for me and be ready to help me. He was a great guy, great coach.
Is there any specific advice that he gave you that made you change your game or helped you get to the next level?
Yeah, just in the weight room, he was really pushing me to get bigger, to do cardio, to lift heavy weights. he was really pushing me to get that pro body, the NHL body. So that was one thing he really pushed for me.
And is there anything on the ice that made you clicked about the game or made you a better player on the ice?
Yeah, just doing everything quicker. He was big on me. Instead of doing that extra 2 stick handles, make the pass right away. You save time, energy. So he was big on me, just doing everything quicker, faster.
And as a person, how easy?
He's he's hard nosed. What he wants to do, you got to do. But he was a great guy, really understanding, and he was great for me.
And there's I did a feature couple weeks ago, and asking a lot of players who was the hardest hitter in the league, and a name came back. Can you guess it?
Sean Element.
Sean Element. Sean Element. So I was wondering because you practice with him. So does he really hit hard in practice too?
He didn't really hit me that much in practice. He was my billet brother, actually. I lived with him in Bathurst. So we played him in Cape for the first time. I remember him hitting me on the boards and just going, geez, I hope that never happens again. He hits hard, yeah.
It was better in your team when he was playing with you.
I like that a lot more.
So how was it? Was he like a big brother for you because you were in the family with you, and he's a bit older and he's had a lot of experience. He actually had a great season. How was the relationship between you two?
It was really good. He took me under his wing. Like before the game, he'd tell me, you got to take pregame naps. You got to eat a big meal. He really took care of me and kind of showed me the ropes. He was definitely a big impact on me this year.
He's a pretty funny guy. Is there any stories that you can tell us that would represent him?
I got a couple. I mean, we do a lot of Xbox games downstairs, and if he would lose, he'd have a temper tantrum. He wouldn't talk to me for a little bit, or he'd go in his room, and then in an hour he'd go, "Okay, we're playing again." That was kind of Sean. He'd throw me around a fair bit if we were in the pool or in the trampoline. He'd out muscle me and kind of pick me up and throw me. That was just kind of Sean. I couldn't really wrestle him, but I tried. That was our relationship.
So he's a competitor on the ice, but also on the Xbox, right?
Yeah. He likes to win.
What game did you guys play?
We played a lot of NHL.
Oh, you did play NHL.
Yeah.
So do you guys play with your own your own, I guess, person, or do you play with an HL team?
We play with our own person a lot of the time, and sometimes NHL. It was a mixture, but whenever we did like a fantasy mode, we'd draft each other and put ourselves on the first line. So it was special like that.
Did you modify your stats because to get better, or you kept the original stats?
We kept the original stats. We didn't take it too far, but yeah.
Who had the best ratings between you two?
I think Sean beat me at first. He was a little bit ahead. Yeah.
And did you beat him a lot? I mean, is there like you said he was frustrating? Is it because he was beating you most of the time, and when you beat him, he was frustrating, or how was the rivalry between you two on Xbox?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot where like we'd play our billet dad, and then whoever beat him by more would kind of win. So he'd always make me play first, and then if I beat him by, he wasn't very good. If I beat him by 20 goals and Sean only got 19, he wouldn't like it. So he'd go, okay, another game, Stefan. Yeah.
So hardest hitter, competitive, and not that good at NHL. Is that a good?
I mean, if he sees this, I don't want him to think he's not good at NHL. But yeah,
you're just way better.
Yeah, I must be really good, I guess.
Okay. What's the biggest margin of goals that you won him over?
I think I won one game against our billet dad like 30-2, and he won I think like 15-2 or something. So I had a pretty good game, and he had an off game. I'd say that was probably the biggest one.
And between each other?
Between each other, it was always 1-goal games. It was pretty tight. I'd say maybe 3 goals. 3 goals I beat him by.
And who won most of it? Would you won most of the time, or was it pretty even?
I'd say I won most of the time.
Okay.
I'd say I beat him most of the time.
So do you remember him sometimes that you beat him most of the time at the NHL?
Yeah,
yeah, you do. I'm supposed to do a feature with him in the next couple of weeks, so I think I'm gonna talk to him about it. Yeah, maybe make him answer something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cole, there's a thing that is fascinating for me as a journalist, and I met a lot of hockey players, and they kind of seems to remember pretty much all of their goals, and that makes me crazy, and I don't understand why. But we talked to each other before the interview, and you said, "Yeah, I kind of remember pretty much all my goals." So I wanna make a test with you if you're open to it. I want you to. I'll give you a goal, and I want you to describe it for us, and we'll see if your memory description is as good as the goal itself.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Do you remember your first goal in the Q?
Yeah. It was against Cape Breton. Chiz passed a puck to Andy in the slot. He took a shot. And then the puck was just kind of laying there, and it just kind of hit my stick. And I just remember like throwing it in the net and then selling it like there was no tomorrow. That was kind of Cape Breton goal.
Want to see it? If your description is good. Here.
Behind the net now for O'Coin, who races out for Acadie Bathurst. Up ahead for Chisholm. Huckins cuts towards the net. Drop pass for O'Coin. He's got Chisholm in front of the net. A one-timer from the slot. The loose puck. Huckins has his first Quebec Major Junior Hockey League goal. It is now 6-2.
Good hard work in front of the net.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, not bad. Chiz shot it. He didn't pass it, but yeah, it was almost right.
Not bad. How was the feeling of scoring your first goal in the Q? I mean, I guess it's always pretty special.
Yeah, it was really special. I mean, the game wasn't that close in the third, but it still felt really good to get my first goal and kind of get that one out of the way. So it was really special.
Do you still have the puck? Did you keep it?
Yeah, it's in my bedroom. So I've kept that puck. Yeah.
Did your cell phone buzz a lot after the game? Like, did you had a lot of text message of family, friends, and everything?
Yeah, there was a lot of people reaching out to me saying congrats, and it was special. I just kind of took it and said thank you. Yeah.
You actually scored pretty early in the season, if I'm not mistaken. It was the second game of the season, right?
Yeah, it was the second game. I guess I got the first one out of the way early. So it was nice.
Did you expect to score as fast as that in the season, as early as that in the season?
No, not really. I mean, our first game against Cape Breton, Sean had our lone goal, so I told him, okay, I got to catch up to you. So it was special like that, but I was just trying to make the right plays, and I guess I got lucky with the puck on my stick in the slot.
Okay, I have another goal here. Do you remember a breakaway goal against Sherbrooke?
Yeah. I think it was kind of like a neutral zone transition. O'Quant passed it over to JJ. JJ slid it under the defenseman's stick, and I was able to kind of get a step on the two and split them. And I remember just kind of faking shot on my forehand. The goalie bit a little, and then I just kind of slid it in the backhand.
I think your memory is good. I think your memory is good.
The blue line, they'll battle for it in front of the penalty box area. It is O'Coin who gets it over to Jacob. He'll play it in the zone for Huckins. Splits the defense in close. The backhander, and he scores. What a move. What a play by Cole Huckins to go and beat the goaltender Seguin. A beautiful play.
It's actually a great goal, eh?
Yeah, it's a nice one. It's good.
It's actually your memory is pretty good. Would you say that it's your nicest goal of the season?
Yeah, I'd say that one was probably that one and the one against PEI. I remember the one against PEI in OT. Those were probably my two favorite ones, I'd say.
So this is your first goal again. I mean, it's crazy to me how you remember all that stuff. I mean, sometimes it goes so fast on the ice. How do you do it?
I mean, the Sherbrooke one I watched on replay a couple times, so I kind of knew that one. But I don't know. It's just like you know what happened. I guess it's just kind of in your brain. I don't know.
So I targeted two easy goal. I mean, the first one and one is a great goal, but I have another one for you against Moncton. It's 2-1 Moncton, and it's a power play goal. Do you remember it?
That was in Bathurst, right?
It was in Bathurst. Yeah.
Yeah. I dropped the puck to Chiz. He fed it to me down low, and I just kind of wrapped around the net. And I think Rodrigue left a little bit of room in between his glove and body, and I just kind of slid it in there.
Okay, so let's see if you're right. I think you had 2 goals in that game. So maybe let's see if you were right. I have the goal right here. Here it is. Like this.
Oh, I was off. Yeah.
Was it the goal that you remember?
I remember that one, but I thought I scored the wraparound one before. So yeah.
Yeah, you had 2 goals in this game, so maybe it was the other one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I actually picked this goal because I thought it was hard to remember. I mean, it's a pretty common goal.
Yeah. I mean,
did you like that jersey?
Yeah, I really liked that jersey for a great cause. It's a nice look. It was good.
So what do you expect for next season? I mean, of course it's a draft year, but you said you came into the first season with no real expectation, but now, even though you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself, you have to kind of expectations. So what are they?
I just want to be one of the harder guys to play against. I want to be a guy who can shoot and pass. That's kind of my goals, is be a threat everywhere on the ice. Be someone that the other teams are kind of watching for.
And do you have like any statistical, objective that you wanna attain? Like, do you have a goal mark, a point mark?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get around 20, 25 goals and probably 30, 35 plus assists. That's kind of my goals for next year. That's where I'd like to finish around.
So 13 to 35?
13 goals to 25. And
25. Okay.
Yeah. And then I think it was like 20 assists or something, and get that around 35 assists.
Okay. Well, you might have I'm pretty sure it's going to be easier next season, because I would doubt that you guys had this same beginning of the season. I mean, the team is getting older. The team is getting better. There may be trade in the air also. So yeah, I guess it's going to be easier. But would you say still that you enjoy last season, even though the beginning was hard?
Yeah, I really enjoyed last season. Just some of the friendships you make, just on the road with the guys. Like it was a great time despite the struggles on the ice. It was still a great time.
So, Cole, I'm happy that we did this. You did actually a pretty great job remembering your goals, and I wish you best of luck for next season. And I hope that you get your target and maybe see your name called out by the Pittsburgh Penguins. It would be nice for you. I really wish it for you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.